As the first light of morning was just beginning to appear, the valley of Hijr suddenly trembled with a painful echo. There was no wind, no voices, absolute silence. Then, without warning, a massive mountain rock split open from the center. Dust filled the air, a blinding light emerged, and from within it came forth a gigantic she-camel. People trembled and stepped back in fear. Someone whispered softly, "This is the miracle of Prophet Saleh, peace be upon him." When the people were destroyed because of their arrogance and oppression, Allah saved the few believers among them who had obeyed the message of His Prophet. After the punishment, the wind fell silent. The valleys were left with nothing but ruined homes and the lingering smoke of divine wrath. The survivors looked at one another and said, "Praise be to Allah that we obeyed the Prophet. Had Allah not saved us, we too would have been destroyed." These believers left the valley of Ad and set out toward new lands. The journey was long, painful, and difficult, but their future generations needed a place of water, peace, and prosperity. Their caravan passed through the mountainous paths of Najd and Hijaz until they reached a settled region, Al-Ula, a land of flowing springs, gardens, and fertile soil. Their generations began to grow there, and from this land their nation advanced further. Eventually, their descendants reached Wadi al-Hijr, known today as Madain Saleh. This is where the nation of Thamud began. The people of Thamud became a mighty civilization. Allah granted them physical strength, intelligence, artistic mastery, the skill to carve mountains, and a naturally protected land. They carved entire cities into mountains, structures so precise, pillars so tall, designs so detailed that even today humanity stands in awe. The Quran describes them clearly. They built palaces on plains and carved homes into mountains. Their society had royal systems, bustling markets filled with light and trade, torches illuminating the nights. The valleys were full of gardens, sweet dates, and fertile land. But then they forgot gratitude. Arrogance entered their hearts. They said, "We built all this with our own strength and intelligence." Power misled them. Their hearts hardened. They carved idols into the mountains and worshipped them. They forgot Allah and began calling upon natural forces. They boasted, "Who is stronger than us in this world?" They oppressed the weak, stole rights, and treated the will of their chiefs as law. It was as if humanity had abandoned Allah's law and replaced it with their own, declaring themselves above accountability. This corruption, immorality, and sin became widespread among Thamud. Their famous saying was, "We carve mountains into homes. Who can stand against us?" They believed blessings were their own achievement, forgetting that Allah gives and Allah takes away. In this same valley, in a respected family, a radiant child was born in the house of Ubayd ibn Mas. This child was Prophet Saleh, peace be upon him. From childhood, gentleness, wisdom, depth of thought, and a heart inclined toward truth were evident in him. Elders often said, "This boy is not ordinary, his words carry depth." When he grew older, his character stood apart. The glitter of the world did not attract him. He spent time alone, remembering Allah. Then, one night, Allah granted him prophethood. Prophet Saleh, peace be upon him, came to his people and said, "Worship Allah alone. You have no deity besides him." The leaders laughed. They said, "Until yesterday you were our wise and trusted friend. Today you forbid us from our gods? We thought you were righteous, but now you stop us from what our forefathers followed?" Saleh, peace be upon him, replied gently, "This land, these buildings, this nature are blessings from Allah. Be grateful. Do not commit shirk." They responded, "Do not speak without proof. If you are truly a prophet, show us a sign." The leaders pointed to a mountain and said, "Bring forth a living she-camel from inside this rock, then we will believe." Saleh, peace be upon him, went with them to the mountain and prayed, "O Lord, you are witness, manifest your sign." Suddenly the valley changed. The mountain split open. A wave of light stunned everyone, and a massive she-camel emerged. This was no ordinary camel. The Quran calls her Naqatullah, the she-camel of Allah, a divine sign. Her presence, her magnitude, her majesty, nothing like this had ever been seen. The miracle did not end there. One day the she-camel would drink all the water from the well, leaving none for the people, but Allah provided compensation. The next day, her milk was enough for the entire nation, every home, every child, every animal. The rule was clear: one day for the she-camel, one day for the people. But the nation could not tolerate the test. The leaders said, "Our freedom is being taken away. One animal controls our water." Arrogance arose again. When people began accepting faith, greed and fear filled the faces of the elites. They said, "This camel is increasing Saleh's influence. If we don't act, the nation will follow him." They plotted. A wealthy woman announced, "Whoever kills this camel, I will marry my daughter to him." Young men stepped forward. Tonight, the she-camel would not survive. As the camel returned after drinking water, the killers followed. One shot an arrow. Her leg was injured. Then they attacked together and killed her. The people shouted, "We have killed the camel. Now all the water is ours." This was the crime upon which punishment was promised. Saleh, peace be upon him, came, his face pale, tears in his eyes. "What have you done? You killed Allah's sign. Now you have only a fixed number of days left." They mocked him. "We see no punishment." But the countdown began. Day 1, faces turned yellow. Day 2, faces turned red. The air burned. The sky turned crimson. Day 3, faces turned black. They cried, "We made a mistake." Before dawn, the sky shook. Mountains trembled. A terrifying sound rose from the earth. A single scream so powerful that hearts burst and souls left bodies. The Quran says, "One mighty scream seized them." The entire nation of Thamud was destroyed. Saleh, peace be upon him, stood at the edge of the valley and said, "I conveyed the message to you, but you did not love guidance." Madain Saleh still stands as a witness. Nations are not saved by buildings, they are saved by faith. If you liked this Quranic story, like the video. Comment below which nation's story you want next, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.